You know, just whatever. This is the last turn, anyways. 20, 20, 19. I'll let you heal someone just to get some XP. And then Sophia. Have fun.
Here goes nothing!
Well, this is overkill to the max. Just you could use a little bit of a level 20. Well,
I feel stronger. Do I look stronger?
my rugs! Exclamation mark.
What can I say? I'm pretty
Oh,
great.
that's a lot of level 2 tokens. Holy crap. Well, you certainly took your time strolling up here. You're lucky I had things under control. Is that what that was? I'm sorry, this was all my fault. Really? That would be impressive. It's true. Well, I suppose there's no hiding it now. I'm an adept. Black-blooded. It was me the elementals were after. Oh, I should have just stayed in Lavelle. Then I would have never caused this trouble. Why would the elementals be after her? Because of our nature. We adepts have a special connection to the elemental world. Flames may flow from our fingers as easily as tears fall from one's eyes. But there's a price to pay for that too. Elemental spirits are often drawn to us, and not too friendly ones at that. You're an adept too? What are the markings on your face? From Nualis? Words are hard. Black-blooded. I know those foul words all too well. Etlan is far behind us now. You need not utter them here. Wow. I had hoped to meet others in Varroa, but not so soon. It's a shame you are treated so in Nualis. In Aramor, we are prized. And yet it seems, regardless of superstition, any king is happy to have us serve them, is happy to have us serve them in their armies. There are 3 of you? Yes, yes. Well, all this is very touching. Might I suggest we assess the damage and continue this conversation out of the rain? Yes, the damage. Ah! My rugs! Rugs? Oh, wow. They're absolutely ruined. You put hand-spun rugs on a poop deck. What did you expect? They really brought the deck together. I mean, if you say so, buddy. I didn't actually read what that said. I assume we're going to be getting to a thing soon, so I'm going to keep going. And we're not too far in. The party and crew battle with storm spirits on the high seas, having attracted them with the high volume of adept blood on board. This brings them the fortune of meeting Monroe and Iris, 2 other passengers who find themselves lacking a final destination. The party agrees to let them come along. No one expects that their journey will get any easier. They reach the ground in Eason's Hope, harbor town. After leaving his ship and preparing his crew to wait for the group, Fort comes along. They set off on a long trek to Chelispons, where the Order of Eternals made its home. Irving prepares to meet his father. Vesta prepares to petition the Order for aid. Still more, I guess. It's beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. It's ridiculous that you could still see the ocean. Anyone afraid of heights? Can anyone spot the ship? Hello, old humpback! Not with these eyes. Perhaps our young sharpshooter might. Oh yeah, I could see it. Not you, Benji. I guess I just can't compete. Still, It's quite a view, isn't it, Irving? Irving? Vesta's been there for quite some time. Vesta's been in there for quite some time. Ah, well, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. There's a lot to catch up on. And there she is at last. Not a moment too soon. I'm eager to collect my debts and get back on the sea, you know. I'm afraid you'll have to wait a bit longer. The Counts won't be meeting until tomorrow. You live to disappoint me, don't you? Irving, the Grand Vicar will see you now. Huh? Oh, of course. Well, this is it. You've waited your whole life for this. No use in waiting any longer. It's just... I never thought this day would come. Certainly not like this. I understand. Feels like every day since we left Brookstead something completely unbelievable has happened. How could you understand, Garrick? You've always known your father. I still wonder if anyone really knows that man. But regardless, this isn't about me. You're going to be fine, Irving. Just stand up straight. Try to make a good impression. All the usual things. And don't keep him waiting. Go on. Irving. Hello, Father. Pardon the mess. Vesta's news was troubling, to say the least. Had me turning the place upside down for old records. That's alright. Come here. Let me get a good look at you.
Son.
Quite the man you've shaped up to be, Irving. A Sidlaren through and through. Head red as a ruby, like your brother's, though it seems, as Vesta says, you've changed since the incident. In appearance, I mean. I suppose. Do you feel any different? I think so. A speck chilly around the aspects. It's sort of like nettle on my skin, as if I can feel the energy inside them. Black night. Then it's as I feared. Father, I'm afraid I have worse news still. About Sterling.
Sterling.
Yes, we tried to save him. Marin, Bianca, Lincoln, but the blast. Father, I'm sorry. Sterling. I think somehow I knew, if that's possible. Something in Vesta's voice. If only I'd gotten there sooner. I know I could have...
No.
No. You mustn't blame yourself. Though the news is grave indeed. No doubt this weighs on your heart as much as mine. It does. Even after all this time, it hardly feels real. He was like... a father to you? Yes. That's all too understandable. That wasn't my intention, Father. He'd find a way to see the good somehow, wouldn't he? He'd say, "Look, Father, there's one son yet in front of you with plenty to be proud of." And he'd be right. That would have been just like him. Do you think you know what happened, or who he is, the sorcerer who caused the explosion? The Order has its suspicions. We've been following the disappearance of the aspects for some time. All the more reason I'm thankful you and your friends preserved so many. I'm glad you found us. I am too.
Listen.
Look, I know no amount of words can make up for lost time. But well, I just want you to understand. It was a true burden for me to be absent from your childhood years, and so many of your brothers. I understand. I know that's hardly an apology, son. Well, an apology is something I can't give. The protection of the aspects has fallen to the most capable members of our family for generations. I did my best to explain that to your mother before we wed. Mother always emphasized the importance of your mission. I think I'm beginning to see that firsthand. Yes, well, I find myself wishing its importance were less and less each day. How's your mother? Fine, I suppose, though I haven't seen her since I left Brookstead. You know, Irving, I was hoping this spared you the burdens of this life, but it seems destiny has brought you right into the thick of it. Just, I just want, I just want to know what it will ask of me. I want to be ready for it, not like I was on the battlefield. Do not hold that day against you. That's a burden no heart can bear. No matter how strong you've become, you're still young. You're still giving everything you can. Everything I have isn't going to be enough. I keep giving it because it's all I've ever known, but I can't understand how I'm supposed to keep going.
Gods.
I have to believe most would have cracked under under this much pressure at your age. You've grown into a warrior well before most. I suppose it's in your blood. Son, for what little it's worth, I'm proud to be your father. I can hope that my blood has some say in the man you become. But to do it all alone, you should be proud. Listen, I've arranged quarters for you and your companions in the city. Go and get some rest. We'll have a long day of proceedings tomorrow. Thank you, Father. And Irving, I can't tell you how much it lifts my spirits in these grim days to finally meet you. You truly are the kind of son that would make any father proud. Glad of it, Father. I'll see you in the morning. Oh. Oh. I just want to point out this is the first time I've actually recorded that we've actually hit over an hour. I usually try to cut it before it, but since I've been splitting videos lately into 2 parts, I haven't been worrying about it as much. Members of the Third Circle, and friends of the Order of Eternals, I thank you for gathering here on such short notice. There is much to discuss, so I suggest we begin immediately. One of our own, Vesta of the Fourth Circle, brings disturbing testimony from Etlan. Counselors and friends, just weeks after receiving word from the Crooked Spire about the disappearance of the Aspects, my temple was attacked by a powerful necromancer. In all the years I've kept the temple, I've never seen such magic as this. For this reason, I expect him to be in possession of at least 2 eternal aspects, possibly more. He was capable of phasing large distances and raising innumerable dead. I was completely overwhelmed. Were it not for the arrival of my new companions, we would likely no longer be in possession of the aspects which I swore to protect with my life. And who are these companions? Friends, both old and new. Once we had routed the necromancer, they shared with me that they too had encountered a similar figure in a derelict noble manor in northern Etlan. There, it seems he was pursuing an heirloom of the Drakenwell Manor, an aspect that perhaps had slipped through our requisition efforts. Nonsense. Counselor, not now. What's more, they informed me that they were themselves aware of several sites thought of to contain aspects which were recently looted, and were in possession of a handful of aspects themselves. It was then that I elected to bring them here, for their safety, protection of their aspects, and those which I kept at the Temple of Fane. What folly! Allow me to summarize. This priestess gets word of missing aspects and feats of sorcery too powerful for one man alone. She then just happened to meet a rogue group of aspect wielders and decides to hand over her trove and lead them directly to us. I believe we found our culprits, Grand Vicar. Open and shut. I will remind the good counselor that my son is among this group of rogues he speaks. If I might interrupt, sir, my name is... See if I can get this alright. Maven Leveron. I address this body on behalf of the Mystic Council. We believe these events may be connected to the disappearance of the Prodigy. He has eluded our observation now for quite some time. The Prodigy, a talented student from Cosmere University, with an unprecedented propensity for magic. I have no idea what that word is. Perhaps he is capable of such sorcery. That is troublesome. That troublesome expellee from Cosmere. What would he want with the aspects? I doubt he read enough to ever learn of them. God, read. Enough! Counselor, you will hold your tongue while the testimony is given. Vesta, do you trust these companions of yours? Yes, Grand Vicar. I trust them with my life. They have preserved it on more than one occasion, and at great risk of their own lives. And you believe they are sincere in their account? Entirely. Hmm. Well, one thing is clear. Whoever is collecting these aspects has sinister intentions and must be apprehended before they can inflict further damage. And we are to believe these ones had no hand in the mischief based on the testimony of one priestess? Vesta is an esteemed ranking member of the Fourth Circle and entitled to every honor therein. But no, our fate will not rest on her testimony alone. If her word is true, then the quest I will give will surely empower them and defeat the threat we face. But if her word is false, this quest will destroy them. You speak of the trial of the soul, sir? Yes. The temple of... oh my gosh, words. Quelli Sumash has been lost for millennia. I must admit I'm surprised, sir. Even the Arch Mystic does not know of its location. Nor do I, but I do know where this knowledge resides. Vesta, you will take your companions to the ruins of the Temple Cleric? In the towering well. There, you will find a compass of sorts. It will guide you to the temple of Quel Sumash. If you pass the soul trial, you need not return here. You will discover all that we can offer you in your quest to find and defeat this menace. Though your triumph against him, I cannot guarantee. What should we expect to find in the ruins? Residence. Acquiring the compass was not intended to be easy, and you should proceed through the towering well with care. One of my scribes will provide you with our most recent chartings of the forest, but the Sylvan tribes that inhabit it are nomadic as they are lethal. There is no telling where they'll crop up one day to the next. I would also like to join them, sir. If I might, the Mystic Council is quite concerned about these incidents. I was just about to suggest something of the like. Depart with them. I will write to you to your superiors in the morning. Will you take your wardens with you? She will. Well, it seems we are decided then. If that's the case, I'd consider us adjourned. Indeed. And Vesta, I cannot make this warning to you and your companions too strongly. The device you seek in the ruins is of great power, and may be of great use to you, but it is quite dangerous. Trust it no more than you would a snake in a wicker basket. As you will, sir. Good. Son, I give you and your friends my blessing. Go and make your preparations quickly. Time is not on our side. Well, she had a sword, so clearly the only right thing to do here is do a sword. I could have looked at stats, honestly. Can't take over 30% of Matt's HP and... Whoa! That is actually pretty cool. You... Ooh. Hmm. I don't think I've ever seen something like that. I really want to do this. Am I going to? I just feels like a waste of magic. Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. Alright, oh my gosh, there was so much in this one. I could possibly split it into 3 parts. We'll see. If you end up seeing this in 3 parts, I guess I apologize. But if you end up seeing it in 2 parts, I guess this doesn't really matter. So, after this crazy long bit of gameplay, I will see you all next time.